guys, this is the one that everybody's still talking about. I was kind of going to wait till the hype died down, to be honest, to put my thoughts out there, but look, it's just not dying. Here I am. We're going to be talking about She-Hulk episode number 8, and this is heavy spoiler review. So here we go. This is the one with Daredevil, as we all know by now. I'm sure even if you haven't seen the episode, if you're online, you know Daredevil showed up in this one, right? And we knew Daredevil was going to be in there anyway from the trailers, and we've been waiting, wanting to know. And that sucks again, because I don't think the show should have to make you beg to have a cameo such as Daredevil, played by Charlie Cox, to really appreciate it. But here we are, right? And then he makes his entrance, and it's great. And I was worried about this episode at first with Leapfrog, even though I thought the scene was, I chuckled at it in the beginning when his flamethrower things went off, his jetpacks. And I found that to be funny-ish, but not anywhere near as compelling as when Matt Murdock comes on screen. And he made this episode 100%. Charlie Cox is back as Daredevil, and he is wonderful. And it's so good to see him back. Not a lot of explanation on if that Netflix show is canon or not with the MCU that Charlie Cox originally starred in as Daredevil. So we don't know if they line up or not, or if they're connected. But what we do know is that Charlie Cox played it in this one very consistently with the way that he played it in the Netflix series. So that's interesting, even though Kingpin, though, not so much in Hawkeye when he showed up. So that's interesting to see that Charlie Cox is playing it a lot more consistent, in my opinion. I was genuinely worried about how he'd mesh in a show like this, and they actually did a really nice job with it. Nothing as good as the Netflix series, for sure, but it was a nice little introduction to him in the Daredevil outfit. I'm not on board with the colors, though, by the way. I just don't think they played very, very well to me, but it wasn't the most awful thing I've ever seen. It was just kind of like Jennifer Walters said in the one scene, ketchup and mustard. It just kind of felt like it didn't look amazing, but it did kind of start to grow on me at the same time, so I think I'll get used to it. It was just a little jarring at first when you first saw him, and it looked a little cartoony, but I, again, just thought he did great. Like, a suit isn't enough to ruin something for me, and it definitely didn't ruin this episode. And I like that the costume designer is back, right? And he's funny. I think he's funny. I said that in the episode he was in. I just didn't like that episode. He was funny coming back into this, and Leapfrog taking him to the lily pad, which I got a kick out of. That was really funny. This episode had really good laughs in it, and I was very happy about that. But also this kind of great balance of badassery on top of that, right? And then at the end, after the walk of shame, because, Jen sleeps with Matt, which I wasn't expecting that going into this, but they have great chemistry. Give me more of them together. I really like that. I'd like to see them together more in future projects. But on the same hand, keep her out of the Daredevil show. I just don't think she'd fit that very well at the same time, just due to the cartoonish aspect and the CGI. If she wants to show up as Jen, I'm good with that, but they need to fix that CGI and do something different with it before they bring her into a series like Daredevil, right? When they do Daredevil Born Again. But after Matt Murdock does the walk of shame, which is such a laugh out loud moment, I thought it was hysterical. Jen kind of teases this twist, right? That's going to happen. And then I love the way they played it with her friend walking out, right? With the makeup things and almost looking like Wolverine a little bit. Like, you're thinking, like, is she going to jump out and be the bad guy? Oh, no. And they really did a good misdirect there at the end. And then you get to the real twist, which is a twist that's already been kind of revealed about the guy that she slept with in the last episode, the guy from the wedding. But then it just kind of blows up right when they go to the gala, because then they play this sex tape on screen, and man, did shit get real. It was clearly inspired by Carrie, so no surprise there, but it was incredible and intense, and I actually like the way they ended this. It was like, oh shit, and it sets up a really good finale that could be wrapped up in the course of like 30 minutes. So I'm okay with that, and hopefully the finale does deliver on the level that we're all hoping it will be. And it was a really nice touch, and I really like where the story's going, and it's great. All right, guys, I've been Don Martino. Before I get out of here, please help us out. Hit that like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, and hit the bell for notifications. I want to thank everybody for joining. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you guys later.